tough loss. One thing about our kids is they never quit. One of the big keys to victory was, be plus in the turnover margin, and we weren't. We're -3. Disappointed. We had 3 turnovers in a row in the second half. Pretty much gave them the game with that. Again, to give Georgia Tech credit, they came out, played hard. I knew we have a brand new team out there. Those guys played with energy, and give them credit. Jeff Sims, a heck of a quarterback. I told you that guy's an athlete. Outran us to the edge a few times. Took bad angles. Didn't make tackles when we needed to. We got to get them down. Period. But just overall, disappointing performance. Period. And but all our goals are still ahead of us. I think it'll make them a little hungrier. We have to take it. Take what we got, what we paid for, and just wasn't good enough. And we didn't start fast like we needed to, and we left them in the game too long. And again, offense really didn't get started until the last 2 series of the game. If we'd have done that, the whole game, we had a chance. But again, it starts with me. There's no finger pointing in our locker room. It starts with me. Number one, obviously, I didn't do a good enough job getting ready, we'll go back to work on tomorrow, 2 o'clock, and with our kids, and we'll go back to get on Virginia Tech. Questions?
What do you say to your team after a loss like that?
Just like I just told you, there's no finger pointing. We didn't win. We lost together. We win together, and we lose together. And we didn't make enough plays. Defensively, I thought we played a solid game. Holding up 4 field goals to begin with, and then we scored 2 late TDs. Put in position. I don't know what kind of possession was, but it probably wasn't very good. Looks like they had it for 31 minutes, but hey, got to regroup and start over again. Just wasn't good enough.
You talked about taking what the defense gives you. What was the defense giving you tonight?
I'll have to go back and watch the tape to see exactly. We just didn't play good enough. Period. We didn't get in a rhythm in the first half. It was 3 and out, 3 and out. We just couldn't get in a rhythm. It's hard to call a game when you're going 3 and out. You just can't set any. You can't set a play off a play, just not very good performance.
How would you evaluate Keaton's decision making today?
Decision making again was really good. Early, he needs some help. We'll look at the tape, but it's how he finished, and it's probably the way he finished. He threw some nice balls, and we protect him a little bit better maybe in the last couple drives than we did earlier in the game. I don't know. Wasn't seeing it good early. I don't know. We'll have to look at the tape and find out exactly why. I don't want to make a comment right now, but again, he shows he can do it. We didn't get it done in the first half as an offense. Period.
Pat, did you see it as a problem of rust? I mean, late in the game, he did click, and you saw the talent was there.
Oh yeah.
But early on, it seemed like there just wasn't any chemistry. Even when he threw some passes that were on point, they were either dropped or a penalty brought.
Yeah, well, that's a problem. If they're dropped or a penalty. We had way too many penalties in special teams and on offense. Even on the last 99-yard drive, we had 2 illegal procedures on it. Thank God it only cost us like 6 inches. Just the details. It wasn't detailed enough. It starts with me.
How big of an impact were those dropped interceptions or those opportunities too?
They're all big. None of them were easy. But I think Tyler Wiltz had a chance, got his hand on it. Obviously, 31, Eric Howard had a chance to we got a chance to make plays and in position. The second play of the game, I think they had a chance to probably another pick 6. You got to make those plays, and they made them. They got the ball out. We didn't make them, and doesn't matter if you stop and hold them to field goals. We got to make plays on defense like that. We have to finish the play off, and we can't turn the ball over.
You mentioned last Saturday that you didn't feel like your team had the right emotion or energy going into that one. Was that the problem again tonight, or did you feel like they were fired up for this one?
I think we're fired up. I think emotionally we're ready to go. And again, we'll look at it, but we just, I think we played good on defense. So it's hard to say half the team was fired up and half didn't. The defense was ready to roll, and just couldn't get in the rhythm in the first half. And we had to do a better job on offense. We had to do a better job as coaches on offense of putting our kids in position to make those plays. And then we got to make plays as players. That's their job, is to make plays, and it's our coach's job to put them in position to make plays. And drops you can't have, and there's some balls that were right there and getting hit, and as they caught it, looked like it sometimes was a little early. But we'll look at the tape, but we got to make plays.
Georgia Tech ran for a lot of yards tonight, Pat. Did you feel at some point maybe they were more physical than you were?
I don't know. We'll watch the tape. But, maybe, they're a good-looking football team. Now, you stand down there, they got players too. They got guys on scholarship. You know, certainly the quarterback is a big athletic guy. You know, we bounced off some tackles, there's no question, especially on that last one. I mean, we got a minute 57 to go. You know, we debated whether to kick an onside kick or not. And we trusted our defense. We were gonna kick it, get it pinned down there, and get good field position, go down and score. We probably would have, but we didn't, you know, we had a 4-minute situation on defense, and we didn't stop them. And I guess we did stop. We stopped at the, you know, at the goal line, I guess, I think. You know, we gave them too many yards, and we had to go 99. So, hindsight, you know, with 157 with 3 timeouts, we could bag 3 timeouts, 3 runs, and get them to punt the ball, and feel like you're gonna win the game. But, you know, obviously a bad call by me.
He even took a hit on the very first play from scrimmage. Do you think that affected him at all?
It may have. I don't know. I didn't see the tape, and my eyes were down the field. I didn't see him, but you know, I think any hit on a quarterback takes an effect on guys. Period. You're sitting back there, you're unprotected, you're in a passing stance, and when you get hit like that, you know, it definitely affects you. But it didn't affect him enough that he came back and played really well in the second half.
You mentioned all the 3 and outs. Do you feel like fatigue kind of had an effect on the defense in the fourth quarter with them being on the field as long as they were?
I mean, I look at the time position, it's not, you know, it's not that bad, but two extra minutes. I mean, we had 3 sudden changes in the third quarter. I mean, we turned the ball over 3 times in a row. I mean, 3 straight series in a row. You know, we had 2 fumbles and an interception. I mean, yeah, the defense is gonna get tired when you go 3 and out, yes.
Pat, you mentioned discipline earlier this year. I think it was last week. You had 9 penalties, and you said that even with the win, you had to clean that up. But this week, a lot of penalties as well. What do you guys have to do to cut that out of your game?
We gotta get the right guys that we can trust and aren't gonna do that. And we've had a couple guys out there that did some penalties and they've done them in the past, and you know, we're gonna have to find replacements for them if they can't do it the right way. And then there was a couple, you know, you question, but we just gotta do a better job, get the right guys on the field.
Pat, the new leadership on the Georgia Tech side, did they throw anything at you tonight that you didn't see on tape?
No.
We'll take 2 more. Anyone?
Had 4 different offensive linemen starting today. Put Branson over right tackle. You had Matt started at left tackle. You had Matt started right tackle. Gabe swapped in. Did that shuffling of the offensive line, do you think it negatively impacted you guys tonight? What impact do you think that
You
had?
know, not having Carter Warren out there, you know, always affects you, but that ain't the reason why. I mean, turnovers are the reason why. I mean, I can't sit there and say it's because of that. I mean, next man up, did it affect us when Nate Yarnell was in? I mean, we made plays, and it can't affect you, period. And, you know, we got a lot of trust and faith in Branson Taylor, and we gotta go. Would you like your starting 5 out there? Yes, but you're down 2 starters on the O-line, and you know, we trust those other guys to go make plays, but we just didn't get it done.
Last one? Anyone? Coach, thank you very much.